What is up, guys? Snaggle J here with a brand new video today, and today I'm going to be taking a look at some of the things I like and don't like in this year's version of Diamond Dynasty. Now, keep in mind, this is only my opinion. I am more of on the casual side of the sphere. I don't really play online competitive, but you know what? I've played Diamond Dynasty now for several years, and some of the changes this year have been really awesome. There's a few other changes that I don't particularly like. I'd appreciate if you jump in the comments down below. Let me know, what are you liking about Diamond Dynasty so far? What kind of things are grinding your gears? And of course, if you like the video, make sure you smash the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let's start off with one of my favorite additions this year, and that is the mini seasons mode. So obviously, MLB The Show, the last couple years, there is a grindy element to it. They've really made this shift towards all of the content can be accessible just by playing the game. And I think what Mini Seasons has done is it's given you an avenue not only to grind out, whether it be stats, whether it's to parallel your players, whether you're just trying to get PXP, which we're going to talk about in a minute, but it gives you something to work towards at the same time. So this is a completely offline 28 game season of 3-inning games. As you can see, there's a bunch of goals here that you can achieve along the way. So you can do the champion bundle, which is 15 packs, and I believe it has a ball as a habit pack with it as well. You can continue to repeat and do that. There is making the semifinals, gives you little icons. There's prospect choice pack for making the playoffs. And then there's also the one-time reward, which for some reason doesn't show the completed here. But there is a 89 Evan Longoria that you can unlock for the first time that you complete mini seasons as well. So not only can you go in here, again, grinding out some of the missions you're working on, some of the programs you're trying to complete, but also you can, continue to build your team with some of these rewards. So it's just really, it's like grind plus. You can still grind away at the content and at the things that you're trying to complete, but at the same time, it's grinding with a little bit of a purpose, which to me is much, much better than just playing the Orioles on rookie versus CPU over and over and over, which gets boring as hell. I mentioned my second thing already, and I'm going to show you guys that now, and that is missions being based off of PXP. For those of you that don't know, PXP is parallel XP. It is the XP that you get that helps you level up your players. And actually, I will show you that first if you're brand new to the show. What that does is as you play with your cards and you get stats, you will earn parallel XP. So as you can see over there, offline games, you get 1 times XP, you get 1.5 times PXP for online games. You can see the PXP you can earn way over on the right there. But as you work through, you will actually upgrade your players. So you see here, I have Vlad to orange parallel, which is level 2. So you can see he is currently supercharged, which bumps him to a 95. But because I have the double parallel, it also bumps him to a 97 because all of his attributes across the board are increased by 2. Now, this was a really cool thing they added last year. You can't really see it on the Vlad, so I'll go to somebody like Donaldson. You can see you get the little special art there. It will show you what number parallel you were. We'll eventually get Donaldson to Super Refractor, but we probably won't be in the top 10, I wouldn't say, because we got a ways to go. But it's a neat little thing. Again, for cards you use continuously for grinding purposes, it's a neat little visual reward. There's a lot of users out there who, when new cards are dropped, they will marathon that card to try to become the first person to get the Superfractor 1-of-1 card. Now, how they've really taken that to another level this year is within the programs, there are missions that are completely based on PXP. So you look here, week 1 in the main program, there was Legends and Flashbacks. You can see 2,000 PXP with cover players, and then all of these are 300, 350 or 500 depending on if they're a position player or a pitcher. For week 2, there was divisional missions that would give you XP for if you got 4,000 PXP with the divisions, each of the 6 divisions. This is really cool because historically, these would be stat-based missions. It would be get 20 hits with AL East players, get 6 home runs with AL Central players, get 20 runs scored with AL West players, get 50 strikeouts with NL East players, get 4 saves with NL Central players. This expansion, and I hope this continues this way, like we have had, no real stat-based missions as of yet. Obviously, I don't count moments in that because, moments are a very specific thing, but I hope we continue down this road of PXP being the sort of stat-based mission requirement because it allows you to complete missions in different ways. Maybe you're not great at hitting home runs, but you know what? You hit for high average, you score a lot of runs, so you're still going to get PXP. You're still going to be able to complete these missions without focusing on one particular stat. I always had trouble with the save ones because, saves are a very specific situation in the game, and then you have to get the specific player in the specific situation in the game to make it happen. So this is just, again, allowing more access to completing these missions, which I think is great. The other thing while we're here is the condensing and streamlining of the core content. So you can see right now, there is one featured program. It is Faces of the Franchise. One thing they have made very clear is that the featured program will be just that. It will be the main program source that you should be working on to achieve the best rewards. So with Faces of the Franchise right now, you can see I'm up around 407,000 XP. So I have one more choice pack to go. Last year, you had running at the same time, you had the inning programs, which were sort of like the main program. There were inning bosses every year. It was, that sort of similar kind of grind that I just showed you, across the realm. But of course, it was based on points and not XP. And then you also had the Team Affinity running at the same time, which people were grinding. There were 6 divisions in every release. To me, it was just too much because you really needed to focus on both because there were great rewards in both paths. So what this has done is this has taken all of that and has condensed it. And they've been very clear that, not all the programs will run the same. Like this one runs for another 2 weeks. They have said, that the next one I think was going to be 2 or 3 weeks and there was going to be a short one in there. And you still have other programs. We've had other programs. We've had the Starter Babe Ruth program, which I definitely recommend if you're new to Diamond Dynasty, go do that right away. You'll get some good XP and some good grinding to start. We've had the City Connect and the Washington National City Connect. I expect we're probably going to get a Houston Astros City Connect today. And I think they said there's another player program coming soon as well. So you still have your one-offs, but I like the idea of condensing the feature program to include, sort of everything. There's been a lot of stuff along the way here. There's been packs, flashbacks, and legends. You will come out of this with 12 Face of the Franchise cards. Assuming that you're able to grind all the way up. I think it's to 435, Oh no, I got them all now. So 405,000 is where you will get all 12 of the Face of the Franchise. And I'm working on the Classic Stadium. We need that. We need a Metrodome in here stat. So I like the idea of it being condensed. Now again, small sample size, right? We're in the first program, but given what I've seen so far, I like it. I like the direction. I like the way it's going. The other thing I really like is that XP is your main source of currency. Now, obviously, I say that in a little bit of jest. Stubs are always going to be the main source of currency. But your main source of program currency is XP. You don't have arbitrary sort of program points or anything like that. It's just based on XP. Now, a lot of people early on have said, oh, there's not enough XP. I'm telling you right now, I'm at 407,000 XP. I still have not done barely any of the program moments. I haven't done any of the spotlight moments. I have not done any March to October. I have not done the exchanges. And I have 4 of these outstanding still. And I have not done any of these other than like a handful. I think there's probably a couple I have done. Yeah, so you see there's like 3 or 4 or 5 maybe that I've done there. And I did do the 2,000 point cover one. So I already have probably 30 to 40,000, actually probably closer to 50,000 XP on the table still. That would push me up to 450,000. And again, I've gotten all the face of the franchise cards that I can get in the program. The rest from here out is just gravy. Classic Stadium, unlockables, 5-packs, unlockables, some stubs, unlockables, 5-packs, a headliners, and a big ducks. Everything else from here on out is just gravy. And there's still another Conquest map to come, because there is still another, there's going to be a Conquest for the East. That's going to be another 30,000 XP. There's going to be the Houston Astros City Connect, which has been, I believe, 15,000 XP. There's probably going to be some sort of tie-in with the new player program with the Jackie Robinson Day stuff. There is tons of XP out there to get. And that is before you include the fact that all of the XP you get just from playing the game counts. So this to me is great. I like the concept of just playing the game. If you play franchise, you're accumulating XP and working towards this program. You might never play Diamond Dynasty, and that's perfectly fine. But playing franchise, playing March to October, playing Road to the Show, a lot of people have been grinding Road to the Show early on and saying that Road to the Show is a great source of that gameplay XP. But again, it's wonderful that you can take that non-DD stuff and have it translate over on a one-to-one scale just in XP. You're not worried about, program points or other points or any of that stuff. You're just literally getting gameplay XP. There's tons of XP out here. Again, as I said with the program streamlining, it's the first program. So, there probably will be adjustments and learning curves. I'm going to be really interested to see, when they roll out a 2-week-long feature program, how that's going to be. Because so far, I've been comfortable with the amount I've played, the amount I've had to grind to get to 407,000 XP. I only play a couple hours a day. I will sometimes I'll take complete days off. I'm still playing other games at the same time. I'm not full-time dedicated to grinding XP in face of the franchise program. But there's lots of XP out there. The last positive I want to talk about, and I showed you this with Vlad earlier, is the Supercharged Cards. So this is a new thing that they've done this year, where, they have rewarded excellent performances with Supercharged Cards, which I don't know why I put it in quotation marks. That's what it's called. But essentially, it is a 48-hour boost to their attributes based on a performance. So Wednesday night, Vlad hit 3 home runs, had 14 total bases against the Yankees. Once again, showing Garrett Cole who his father is. And he got a boost. Now, again, the base boost for the Supercharge is to a 95 overall. Again, I have him to 97 because of the +2 parallel. But again, it's really cool. It's got this really cool artwork around it. It has the timer because they released it literally right as the game is over. And then it's for 48 hours after that. So I think that's a new, interesting little wrinkle because to me, it gives some additional value to some of the live cards. And a great example I want to use right now, and I'm going to go find him real quick, is Clayton Kershaw. So Clayton Kershaw, lots of controversy about him being taken out after 78 pitches in the middle of a perfect game. But again, his base card is it's okay, right? It's an 85 overall. It's got issues with Ks per 9. The homer per 9 is a little low. But now you look at this, boosted to a 95 for 48 hours. Look at this. Now you've got 95 hits per 9. You've got 99 Ks per 9, 97 walks per 9, 85 home runs per 9, 86 clutch, and 84 control. And you've got 99 break. So all of a sudden, you have a card that is super awesome for 48 hours. Now, it's going to be interesting to see the frequency at which they use this. Obviously, because it's tied to real-world events, the frequency of it could fluctuate. I don't know if they're just going to say, hey, we want 8 Supercharged cards a week. Doesn't matter if we have to, find some middling performances, or if they're just going to kind of let it ride to what happens in real life. But again, it adds another wrinkle to the live cards that, people now have an extra use for them beyond just collecting them to do the collections. Again, we've seen some lower tier cards, some silvers get boosted to 90s, And it's been really cool because those are cards you might not normally use, but all of a sudden, even if it's just a short window, those cards now have a use for you. Now, unfortunately, I do need to talk about a few things that either changes that I don't like or things that have not been fixed that I'm not a fan of. And number one, we talked about this earlier, is the parallel art. Now, I am a big fan of acknowledging the parallel cards. I like that it's on there, but they've really minimized the look of it this year. I'm not a fan. I really want to be able to see, I mean, even on this, you know, you can't even really see, and I look at the TV on the other screen, and I'm having a hard time seeing that I have Donaldson at 1.4 out of 2.7K. But they've really slimmed down the art, and I'm not a fan. This, to me, is something that should be highlighted. When I'm playing online games against other people, I want them to be able to see, you know, that I have Liam Hendricks to parallel 3, and I just feel like making it smaller and less obvious than it was last year, to me, is a bit of an L. I liked it the way it was last year, kind of along the bottom with the numbers. It was a little more bold. It was a little more visible. Not sure why they decided to go a little smaller with it, but mark me down as not a fan. The other thing I am not a huge fan of is moving of the moments section. So previously, under the single player modes, there was a moments tab here where you could get to all the moments. For those of you who are not familiar with what moments are, there are specific tasks, specific moments in time that you can do to, in certain situations, unlock XP. In other situations, I'm sure it's going to be to unlock progress towards a particular program. So you can see, for example, with the feature program moments here, I had to get 2 extra base hits with Cedric Mullins. Now, currently, to get to the moments from Diamond Dynasty, you have to go into the actual program and scroll down. When you complete the moment, it goes back to the main Diamond Dynasty screen. And they do have a moments sort of collection area, but you have to back all the way out of Diamond Dynasty and go down to quick play and go to moments, and then it'll load because it has to load back into Diamond Dynasty, and here's where all your moments are collected together. And you can grind them from here and do them from here. You can see I got to clean up these daily moments a little bit here pretty soon. All the face of the franchise moments are here. You see they're broken down by division. They're broken down. There's the new spotlight moments that were added in week 2. Here's the other program moments. I should have all of these done. This is the area that I'm not sure why they moved the access to this out of Diamond Dynasty. It seems like a horrendous design decision. Not sure why it wasn't fixed in the first patch, because it seems like a big miss to me to not have that right in Diamond Dynasty itself. Maybe nobody cares. Maybe people prefer to go at them from the programs, but I like that section where they were all just kind of collected together. The last thing I'm not a fan of, and this is something that I have mentioned in previous years and previous videos, and I continue to have to mention, is the forced pitching in hitting moments. So I'll use this one as a great example. This moment requires me to get 6 total bases. Well, that's not a great example, actually, because it's a individual player moment. So maybe not a great example. But you guys know what I'm trying to get at. There are situations where you have to get, so much, and usually it has to be multi-inning. So here's a great example. This is a team-based one, not a player one. So in team-based moments where you have to do offensive tasks. So this one here is tally 3 hits and hit a home run in 1 game. Right? Seems pretty straightforward. My issue is that if you don't get it in the top of the first inning, you have to pitch. But there's no pitching requirement. There's no don't give up a run. There's no you have to win the game. There's no you have to get a couple Ks or don't give up a home run. All of the requirements of this mission are offensive based. Why am I pitching? Why am I wasting time pitching? Again, the big theme of Diamond Dynasty has been play the game the way you want to play. Earn XP, earn rewards, whatever. Why am I wasting time pitching in hitting modes? Fix this, please. If the solution is to make all of the moments player lock, make all of the moments player lock. I would rather have player lock moments be the only moments we get than have to pitch in moments where pitching is completely irrelevant. Let's fix it. This is a long-standing issue for the last several years of Diamond Dynasty. It's something we need to fix. We need to fix it right now. Come on, SDS. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. I believe in you. So there you have it, folks. Those are my ups and downs on some of the changes to Diamond Dynasty. Obviously, that's not an exhaustive list, but those are some of the things that I really enjoy or are really kind of stuck in my craw. Again, what are you thinking about Diamond Dynasty so far at MLB The Show 22? Jump down in the comments down below. I'd appreciate it if you let me know. And again, if you like the video, smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe button. And until next time, peace.